What's up, you guys? Welcome to the January 8th edition of NBA 3-Ball, presented by Establish the Run. I am your host, Mike Gallagher, getting ready to talk some Thursday 5-game slate action. We've had some guys not playing today for a variety of reasons, mostly not exactly injury-related. Get to that in a second. So, 10 minutes talking 5 games. Hit us with the thumbs up. Subscribe. I don't tweet this out in the morning, so if you get the subscribe, you'll get it a lot faster rather than checking. Some comments are great. So, got the Nets depth chart up here, and Kyrie Irving did not play on Thursday. He is not traveling today to face the Grizzlies, so we thought he might not play in one of the two back-to-back games. Turns out he's missing both, it would appear. And we do not know why. Didn't find out until today. The team didn't. And they're kind of in the dark. So we'll see how long he's out. You could guess, the timing of this whole situation with everything's going on, especially with Durant being out. You could guess. I'll put it that way. But we know Steve Nash is going to mix up his lineups. He's already got 3 different ones in the last 3 games. Kevin Durant's going to miss today. He could be back Sunday. But, obviously, we saw what Caris LeVert can do. Talk about how this team did shortly. Seth Curry was questionable today with an ankle injury. Got rolled out for the ankle injury per the team. And then later we found out after the game that during the game he had tested positive. And he was on the bench. So the Sixers are kind of locked down for contact tracing in New York. We'll see what happens with that. Hopefully everybody's okay, obviously. And, nothing you can really say. We saw Shake Milton start, play great. Tyrese Maxey played a little bit more, talk about the performance tonight, and we'll move on. Michael Porter Jr. was expected to play on Thursday, had an official questionable tag. Beatwriter said that Wednesday he was expected to play, and we found out today he got a not with team tag and didn't play. And honestly, when that not with team tag popped up to me, I thought something fishy was going on because it wasn't on there before. So we found out during the games that Porter Jr. finished a 7-day quarantine this week, and he now faces an additional period of quarantine from the 10 to 14-day range. So, again, guessing here on what happened. He basically broke the protocol. Hopefully he's okay. But, we baked in a lot of missed games for this guy for injuries. But turns out he's going to miss a lot of games for the COVID protocols. Again, hopefully he's okay. But we'll talk about how this team did in a really entertaining game against the Mavs in a second. All right, so let's talk about said basketball, and we'll start with the 2 early games with the 76ers. Back-to-back, took a loss to the Nets, shorthanded Nets, who played great. But, basically it just came down to this poor play. Doc Rivers said we didn't come to play, is what he asked, what he saw tonight. And, they just didn't really have it. Their starters got killed. Their starters usually play pretty well, especially Shake with the starters, missing Curry, and his league-high 97 catch-and-shoot efficiency is ridiculous, but they definitely missed him a little bit. But they just couldn't really get in a rhythm. Defense wasn't there. But obviously, Shake Milton getting 36 minutes with Curry out is a big story. Tyrese Maxey's been pretty solid. We saw increased minutes from him. Doc Rivers said he wanted to play him more even before the Curry news, so you would expect that playing time to be pretty consistent. Take care of the ball. Only has 5 turnovers in his 140 some odd minutes. He's been really good. A lot of really good guards in this rookie class already. Moving to the Nets, a headbanded Joe Harris comes up big with 28 off the bench. One of his best games as a Net. And Harris said that Nash made the right decision to bring him off the bench. And Nash also said it, as we found out the last time they played, he's still experimenting with the rotations and starting lineup. So he's going to keep mixing and matching. But, it sounds like he likes Harris off the bench for whatever reason. We'll see if that changes when they get players back, but so far so good. They look great. Jared Allen, man. I don't think there's, maybe there's a 10% chance, 15% chance that he's moved back to the bench when they get Kyrie and KD back. He looks so good. That hashtag muscle watch looks legit. He's not getting moved around by guys like Embiid, Gobert, and the other big fives these days. So Allen, man, really, really trending up. Jeff Green played his most minutes of the season. Nash talked about how he liked his rebounding in the previous game. And surprisingly, no overlap with Chris Chiozza and Caris LeVert. We'll see if that changes. May have been because of the matchup. But in the first game without KD and Kyrie, there was 12 minutes of overlap. So I was really surprised by that. Chiozza still put up a pretty good line, and he's really good per minute. So we'll see if he can produce better today. Cavs get the win in Memphis without any point guards. Colin Sexton did not play. Pulled the plug on him as a late scratch. Bickerstaff said that Sexton was disappointed and they didn't want to aggravate the injury. So we saw a lot of wild lineups We saw a Dotson, Wade, Nance, Drummond, JaVale lineup in the first half. Crazy. 4 bigs. They had 32% of their shots at the rim. Drummond had 18 points in the second half to really pull away late. And Isaac Okoro was really the key player late. Had a block that was called a foul and it got overturned. That was huge. Had a dunk also late in the game to turn the tide a little bit. And 39 minutes. I mean, they trust this guy. They said he has a multitude of ways to contribute to winning. Bickerstaff credit the front office. So he's going to look at a ton of minutes. You like to see him be better per minute. And he's actually the worst player in the NBA in FanDuel points per minute so far before tonight. So nowhere to go but up. But look good in the preseason. Larry Nance was, quote, all over the floor and can blend the game, according to Bickerstaff. And he credited Dotson from being an off-ball guy to an on-ball guy. So big win for them. McGee plays great too. And obviously Drummond is just a monster. Grizzlies dropped another one. And Taylor Jenkins after the game said that they kind of didn't handle the pressure well, didn't execute. And he also mentioned that Xavier Tillman's earning more playing time. He said he likes how love his playing on O and communicating on defense. So we thought it may have been like a matchup thing to go bigger, but it sounds like he's stuck in the rotation now. And then DeAnthony Mellon also played really well as Tyus Jones backup again. So we got to see a little overlap there. And should add, John Morant was dunking pregame, so on the right track for him to return. Kyle Anderson takes too many threes. That's got to chill out. And Brandon Clark's getting some pretty solid minutes as well. And just to add, this half-court offense is really bad. They're the worst half-court offense in the NBA, so they need John Morant back. Moving to the Wolves, and the big takeaway is, holy crap, this defense is bad. They have 118 defensive rating. That's on pace to be by far the worst defense since at least like the last 25 years. I stopped looking after that. They're giving up, just look at the games, 127, 124, 130, 124, 133, 135. Like, these are huge numbers. After the game, Rubio said, I think our offense is hurting our defense. They're giving up way too many transition buckets, way too many. And even after the game, Ryan Saunders says they're all competitors and the losses are starting to add up. But, I mean, my goodness, this team has to do something. You can't keep giving up these 130 balls or close to it. Jared Vanderbilt was kind of spotty. He was really the big man in the rotation behind Ed Davis, who started. We saw a little Nas and Vanderbilt overlap in garbage time. And garbage time kind of saved him a little bit. But, man, this team just needs something to go on here. They need Josh Okogie back badly. So, honestly, I think this is a good thing for Okogie. And I wouldn't say Vanderbilt was really a winner here, because I didn't really like how it flowed. But it's a bad matchup against Nurk, so I expect him to be better going forward. Moving to the Blazers, who also have a bad defense, second worst half-court defense in the NBA. But you score 135, you're going to win. You're going to be okay. Covington, man, I mean, this has been just brutal. His price has to be so low right now. I said 75 cents on the dollar last time. It's probably like 60 now. It's looking real bad for him right now. The blocks are not coming. I don't think like the rate they were in the Rockets days. Nurk had a good game in a dream matchup here, so nice to see the efficiency. Still a little concerned on the usage overall with Dame and CJ playing so well together. Big game from Dame. Didn't even play in garbage time. And I think Derrick Jones Jr. has played really well here too. Spurs beat the Lakers at Staples. Really strong offensive game from LaMarcus Aldridge with 28. After the game, DeJounte Murray said he's rooting for Aldridge, trying to keep him confident and glad to see he's back. Played the full first quarter for the first time this season as well, so they certainly feel he's healthy. DeJounte had a really strong start, pretty decent game with 18 and 8 from him. Little overlap with Patty Mills. Lonnie Walker had a pretty good game. Bad game for Keldon, but I mean, he has such a tough assignment. This is the third time they played the Lakers. 2 of the 3 he's been bad. 1 was a super spike game. He covers so many hard guys since he had Pascal Siakam, I think, in the second game of the season. Zion, these Laker guys, Kawhi. I mean, could it get any tougher? So I have no concern about Keldon's off games. Didn't shoot the ball well. He's still aggressive. He still takes shots at the rim like crazy. He's perfectly fine. Lakers first half of the back-to-back, so heads up on that. Questionable tags for the big dogs. And they just played poorly on defense. Vogel said the first half D was the biggest problem. AD said we didn't play any defense. Our defense looked like blank tonight. So yeah, they'll probably look a little bit better. And even the poor play may mean they're more likely to play today. And I should add, Taylor Horton-Tucker was really good. And Vogel said he likes him as a secondary scorer and how he got into the paint. Nuggets dropped one in OT. Just a monster from Jokic. Nothing even left to say here. PJ Dozier guarded Luka a lot. Played the overtime frame as well, so somewhat noteworthy there. Luka tweaked his left ankle. Played through it. This is the same left ankle he hurt in the bubble. Looked fine. And Mavs won. Overtime victory. Not really much to add besides that, so you guys want to go out on some hilarious Disney bubble action to kill me. So you guys take care, and we'll catch you next time.